Hi Guitasters, how are we doing? It is Christmas. We're on day 14 of our Christmas special, doing different tutorials, different carols and things. I'm specifically focusing on carols because I feel like doing caroling as an activity is brings greater light. Like people love Christmas songs and stuff, but I think a big part of modern Christmas music is they're not carols. They're not designed to be easily sung by people in the same way. They're designed to, like, again, it's passive entertainment and not active entertainment, whereas caroling are designed to be simple ones that work really well, and you can sing with family. You can go singing down the street and sing the carols and things. And so we're doing O Come All Ye Faithful today. Today's our second last day. Tomorrow we're going to be doing O Holy Night. So today is O Come All Ye Faithful, tomorrow is O Holy Night, and then it's going to be Christmas in 2 days or something, 3 days, whatever. And I'm taking Christmas, New Year's week off doing videos and stuff, but I'll be back in January. So today we're learning O Come All Ye Faithful on the guitar. So if you've got your guitar there, grab it, follow along. If you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube, remember to get on the live stream on Twitch is the best, because then you can actually ask me questions as you go along. So if there's anything you're having trouble with or have questions about learning guitar and stuff, you can actually ask me directly. It makes it way more fun and enjoyable. Anyway, so without further ado, we're going to do O Come All Ye Faithful. And again, we're doing it in the key of G. I think almost every song we've been doing for the last week and a half has been in the key of G. And it's good to do it this way because that means it's easy to do a bunch of songs in the same key. And that way you can, if you have a capo, this is a capo, you can change it to suit your voice and stuff like that, so instead of whatever key. So it doesn't matter. You want to learn it in an easy key if you're a beginner to intermediate student, and you can use a capo to fix it for your voice or the voice of the group. Okay. So, but traditionally this one is in the key of G anyway, and so it's a good key. So I'm going to play really through just the first verse for you, really slowly and basically, and then we'll go over what I did and break it down. So, O come all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant, O come ye to Bethlehem. Come and behold him, born the King of angels. O come, let us adore him. O come, let us adore him. O come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord. And then there's 2 more verses. Well, technically, I think there's about 7 verses in the originals of a lot of these hymns, but I think most versions nowadays only have 2 or 3 or sometimes 4 verses of all the 7 or 9 verses that originally existed. Okay, so if you know guitar already and you were paying attention to the chords I was using, you would have recognized a lot of those chords as ones we've done in previous days. All of them, in fact. So mostly just G, D. There was an E minor in there. There was a C in there, and there was an A7. And then I did a D7 chord, which you can do. The regular D is fine. You can do D7. You can sometimes certain of them work better after the A7 chord. The D7 after the C or the A7 chord, the D7 always works better. If you're just going between G and D or something, the regular D works better, and that's because of reasons of harmonic progressions building towards a resolution and things. The D7 is a more resolving chord or something. So in the beginning, when you go, O come all ye faithful, regular D, joyful and triumphant, and also that's an easier change there from C to D7 than it is from C to D. C to D7 because your first finger stays put. this one goes down one, and this one comes under here. So let's go that slower. So C, this one comes down, this one goes down here. That's a D7 chord. So we got G chord, D. So G to D is an easier transition. A7 to D7, you got those two fingers, you just bring them down and add that first finger onto D7. And so not only is it harmonically better in terms of resolution, it's also easier to play. So the D you want to do after A7 or C is the D7 chord. If you're doing between the G, just go to the regular D chord and you're good. That's a good little rule of thumb for you. Okay, let's break it down into sections of the song. So we have O come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant, O come ye to Bethlehem. That's probably 2 lines. So, O come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant, O come ye to Bethlehem. Come and behold him, born the King of angels. Oh, come, let us adore him. Come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord. So it's kind of, if you're talking in terms of like actual lines, it's probably like 4 lines where the 4th line is kind of drawn out twice as long by repeating the first phrase 3 times instead of just doing it once. If you just went, oh, come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord, it would be just a 4-line poem per verse or per stanza. So if we think about it in that way, of course, because the harmony changes between those, we have to think about it as a 5-line poem in terms of chords. So we've got 5 lines, and none of them are exactly the same. And this is one of the tricky things about, like, this is one of the reasons why I didn't want to do this. Like, this isn't as easy as, say, even like a lot of your, like we did Angels We Have Heard on High yesterday, still had like 4 or 5 chords in it, but it had a really clear verse chorus format in which there were easily repeated sections, and it, whereas today we have things are repeated melodically and ideas are repeated harmonically, but it's not as clear cut as same exact chords, slightly different, same exact chords. So we need to go through it in more. You have to, if you're familiar with the song, it's going to be way easier. So, because the harmony and the melody work together. So, if you're singing the wrong melody with the right chords, it's going to sound wrong. If you're singing the wrong chords with the right melody, it's probably going to sound wrong. So you want to rely on ear. So ear training is a big part of being a musician. So, it starts off on G. G is the chord it starts and ends on because it's in the key of G. Oh, come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. That's our first line. So we have G, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4. And then we have basically the same thing, but we're slightly different. G to C for D, 2, 3, 4. And I'm saying just D for this because we just talked about the distinction between D and D7 and when we're using which one. So I've already just going to assume they're both D, and we just use them for different purposes. So G, D, G, C, D, and that's the first line. And the second line does, instead of just repeating that, does something really unexpected. It goes E minor, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, A7, D7. Sorry, E minor, D, A7, D7. So, I was just thinking because there's 2 other times where we do a quick C to A7 change later on, but it doesn't work there with the melody. Oh come ye to Bethlehem. And okay, that's the first 2 lines. We had G, D, G, C, D. E minor, D, A7, D7. Alright, you got it? Now, our third line is very similar to our first line. Come and behold him, born the King of angels. So, we had G, 2, 3, 4, D, G, C, A7, D7. So it's very similar in the sense that, so our first line was G, D, G, C, D, This time, instead of holding the D solo, we've shortened how much the D is and bumped the G up. So we've got G, 2, 3, 4, D, G, C, A7, D7. Because again, so it's taking the same idea from the first line and just building it. So there's a lot of these patterns in music if you know how to look at it. So, first 3 lines. Let's look at the first line and the third line. First line, G, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, C, 2, D7, 2, 3, 4. Again. Come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. And then our third line, come and behold him, born the King of angels. So that A7 you can really hear really drives that resolution forward more so than the C does. Alright. So, and our second line was E minor, D, A, D. Wait, okay. Then we have the come let us adore him. Now this is relatively easy. Oh come let us adore him. Oh come let us adore him. So it's literally oh come 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, and then this is where it gets a little bit tricky for the end because again we're doing a similar thing building into the last bit. Okay, so let's go through what we've got so far. We've done 4 lines. Oh come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. Oh come ye to Bethlehem. Come and behold him, born the King of angels. Oh come let us adore him. Oh come let us adore him. Okay, that's the first 4 lines we're building. Oh come let us adore him, Christ the Lord. So, 4th line is G, 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 D. Then we have C, A7, D7, G, C, D7, G. So it's got this C again goes to A7, to D7, then back to G. And then we cut out the A7 altogether the second time around. C, D7, G. So we have a more solid ending that lasts for a whole bar instead of like a half a bar. Makes it sound way more solid because the chord, the tonic chord falls on the bar. Oh come let us adore him, Christ the Lord. So you can see it's still the same 5 chords and you have a lot of these repeated ideas that come back but they don't necessarily come back in the same place. And so that's why this song is a little tricky. It's only 5 chords, or 6 chords if you can count the fact that there's 2 taps of D. But it's 5 to 6 chords, and it's, you could get away with just doing D7 the whole time instead of cut up the D chord altogether if you really wanted to. And it's not better than just doing the D chord the whole time if you want to just do 5 chords. But again, it's 5 lines, 5 different chords, and none of the lines are exactly identical, but there's a lot of repeated ideas. So again, the more familiar you are with the song, the more you'll hear that thing like. Okay, so if you just joined us, we're doing O Come All Ye Faithful, teaching you how to play O Come All Ye Faithful on the guitar. So again, those chords, we'll go through all 5 lines because they're all a little bit different, and you can follow along. So we've got G, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, G, C, D. And then our second line, different, E minor, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, A7, 2, 3, 4, D. Then we have G, to G, C, A7, D7, and G, let us a G, him, O, G, let us a D, do him, O, C, A7, D7, G, C, D7, and G. And that's the whole song. Okay, now, because it's got a very straight feel, this one, it's very much marchy, dum, 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 more so than like Little Drummer Boy or anything. That's more rhythmic. This one, you can do like, oh come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant, oh come. If you're caroling, you can totally strum that, and it's got a very militaristic kind of traditional style, which works totally fine for the song and what it is. I personally prefer, again, to do most Christmas carols finger picking style. And this one you can do the same picking pattern we were doing yesterday. It doesn't sound as good though. We're actually going to do something more simple. So, and because a lot of the chords change 2 per bar as well. So this is the picking pattern that I recommend to use for this song. So we're going to go 6 with our thumb. If you're doing the G chord or the E minor chord, if you're doing C or A, you do the A string, and if you're doing the D chord, you do the D string. So your thumb does those 3 strings. You got these 3 fingers on the other first 3 strings, and what we're doing, there we go. So we're doing 1 and 2 and so 6, 3, 1 and 2 together. So that's it's just literally 4 notes, but we're playing these 2 together, so it fills in the chord a little bit more. So watch that. So I'll change a few chords. So oh come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. Are you seeing my thumb move? Oh come. Come and behold him, born the King of Ages. Okay, and that's important to draw what I did there. I did C. So to go from C to A7, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that you get this little moving bass part, which helps drive the harmony more and build that resolution more. Okay, and that's quite a simple picking pattern and again, you want to practice it again and again on different chords with different thumbs and stuff like that. But that's what I recommend as the best for this one. You can just do a basic down, down, up strumming pattern. That's totally fine. But today, as we go through the whole song right now, to finish off the video, I am going to play just with the boom, with the 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and pattern. Okay. Aha. There we go. Okay. Okay. Now you should be able to see the guitar and both of my hands. And we're going to go through the song. I'm going to sing it. You've got my lyrics down here, so I'm going to be looking downwards and stuff. But and so for an intro, again, taking like the last little section of something, so you can make it as simple as or you could do the whole. Oh, come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord. Sing, choirs of angels, sing in exaltation. Sing, all ye citizens of heaven above. Glory to God, glory in the highest. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord. Yea, Lord, we greet thee, born this happy morning. Jesus, to thee be all glory given. Son of the Father, now in flesh appearing. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord. And that's So Come All Ye Faithful. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Guitasters, again, if you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube, you got to get in on the Twitch live stream. There are a few people watching today, but usually most people don't. Usually not everyone's just talking, and have people check in and stuff and see what's going on, and different people check in and out and stuff. But and again, one of the reasons why I wanted to do it on Twitch or something, and not just do like YouTube tutorials or Facebook tutorials or something, is because on Twitch you have the ability to like talk back and forth in a way that I think is unique. That a Facebook live stream and YouTube live stream don't seem to do as well. But who knows, if the Facebook page grows much bigger quicker than the Twitch page does, we might alternate and do some live streams on Facebook and do some live streams on Twitch and maybe some live streams on YouTube. But again, it'll depend on where the viewership is. At the moment, a lot more people I think have seen it on Twitch than on Facebook. So we're going to keep doing this. Now tomorrow is our last day of our Christmas special. We're doing Oh Holy Night. Nice, brilliant one to finish off on. We might also have my brother Reese, who was here last month for a little bit, about 4 or 5 weeks ago or something, for a couple of days. So he might actually be here as well. And we might be doing something a bit special because of that. So might do a special sort of hour-long playing Christmas carols thing aside from the lesson. So we'll, you got to keep posted for that. But thank you, Guitasters. All the best, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.